So I'm going to record all the food that I'm making that will be for tonight's meal, and it will be for a couple of meals for tomorrow. So I already have a pan of new potatoes on the boil. My preference is potatoes just because they digest a lot easier for me. I don't get any of that bloating pain, you know, what's coming from your sternum. So I prefer to have potatoes, new potatoes, white baking potatoes or sweet potatoes. I'm also going to get some chicken cut up now and put some seasoning on it so you can see what seasoning I put on it. So I'm just going to get that going for a minute because that needs to warm up. Anytime you cook chicken in the air fryer, it needs to warm up first. I've got the sunflower oil spray, so just give that a couple of sprays inside. I'm not fussy with this one spray equals one cal stuff. I'm not picky with that. So that's going to go on for 1 minute just to warm up. And I've knocked the heat down to 190. And I'm going to do 1 minute just to warm the air fryer up. And then we're going to cut the chicken into chunks. I found if you cook the chicken up into chunks, it just cooks a lot quicker, whether you're going to do it in the oven or in the air fryer. If you're going to do it on like a grill, like a griddle pan, like a George Foreman, use a meat hammer and take that density out and flatten it out. And don't be afraid of seasonings if you are looking to control your food portions, if you're trying to lose weight. Don't be afraid of seasonings. I used to just eat plain chicken. You soon, honestly, get bored of it. Your taste buds need different notes hitting it so that you don't start reaching for the things you shouldn't be reaching for. You might get sweet cravings or fatty cravings. So if you put seasoning in it, it just helps reduce them cravings really. So I've got a kilo of chicken here, so I need to get all this cooked. The potatoes are on, but they're not boiling yet. They're going to need 25 minutes when they start bubbling away. So once we've got all the meat cooked, we'll run the seasoning through them. And I tend to stick with one kind of protein sauce at once when I'm cooking it, just because I've opened the packet. It's a kilo. Once it's cooked, it will go down, because if you get supermarket stuff like I do, they fill a lot of it with water weight, so it reduces down, so really you don't get quite as much as what it says on the packet. So never presume that you've got a full kilo of chicken here and you're thinking, oh, that's going to be quite a few meals there. You probably need to minus off. It's probably going to come out to about 700. So just rinse them scissors off with my hands. Get some warm water here, and then we're just going to put through it. First and foremost, we've got pink Himalayan salt, and we've just got ground black pepper. Because it is a kilo of chicken, we need to give it a really good dosing of the seasoning, and then flip it through. We're going to do the pink sea salt. We also have the ground mixed herbs as well, so that's going to get sprinkled across everything. We have ground cinnamon as well, give that a sprinkle through. Get those sweet notes in there. And then we've got smoked paprika, and this is a hot one, so I'm just going to give that a quick touch over the top. Give that a mix through. bring some of the stuff to the top that didn't get any coating on. Give your hands another wash. Keep a bowl of hot water on hand at all times, so you make sure that your fingers are clean. Potatoes are starting to bubble now, so that's good. So they'll be ready by another 25 minutes. Right, we'll just give this a dose of all the seasoning again. Go through it all. Bring out all those flavours. Mess around with what flavours that you like. You don't have to stick to what I'm doing. You just have to do what you like, a little bit of profile notes of what you like. So I like a little bit of sweet. I like a little bit of smoky. I like herbs. Sometimes I'll put some lemon and lime through this. It just depends. So we've got quite a lot of the paprika on there. We're ready to put it in the air fryer. Because they're cut up into small chunks, we do 6 minutes. Give it a turn over and then give it another 6 minutes. Then have a test, have a cut into it. We don't want to dry it out. If you're doing turkey, it will dry out, so you need to do it for less minutes. So I'm going to put a good amount of this in here. We're probably going to have to do this whole pack in a couple of rounds because it needs the space to cook. So don't overcrowd your pan. Make sure that there's enough room. So we've probably managed nearly half of that in there. So give that 6 minutes. Again, knock the temperature down to 190. 6 minutes, and I'll come back and see you. Let's check how it's doing. Right, the chicken's just beefed, so we're going to have a look at it. You can see it's starting to cook, so we need to get all of that turned over. So let's get a fork, move it all around so that it all gets a new place to sit in the pan. There's some bits that are still like not started cooking yet. So and again, we're just going to put that back on, set the temperature down, get that back to 6 minutes, let that cook, and then see how it is. Test it, open up one piece, see how that does. Okay, so what's the secret to success with fat loss goals? You need to control your portions. So I highly recommend that as you cook, you get yourself some digital weighing scales so you can weigh out all your food. Now we're going to check on how the chicken's doing. That is looking pretty good. Just give it a little stir around. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm going to grab a decent sized piece. Just check how it is. We are good. I want to just give it one more minute, just do it on the safe side, because you never know with chicken. Let's just give it one more minute, if it will. There we go. Fire it through for one more minute. What we're going to do then is I've plated up what I'm having. I've put 50 grams of avocado on, 3 pickled onions, and just a few little bits of red pepper. That's my preference. I just love pickled kind of things, so pickles and gherkins are my preference. We're going to put that plate on the scales at 0, and then when the chicken's ready and the potatoes are ready, we're going to weigh out our portion. Now, I've worked out for me that I need 100 grams of chicken cooked, and I need 120 grams of potatoes cooked. So I will put that onto my plate for my evening meal now, and then I've also put up tomorrow's lunchbox with 50 grams of avocado, 3 pickled onions, and some more red pepper. That will also have 100 grams of cooked chicken and 120 grams of potato. What I can do over the coming weeks, as I start to monitor my body fat coming down, I have a little bit of wiggle room, because if you start out small and then you don't see any changes, you're going to go even smaller. So start out a little bit higher. So now with that 120, I can wiggle that down to 110. With that 100 gram of chicken, I can wiggle that down to 90. A little bit of playroom, and that'll all chip away at little bits of calories. So that chicken's ready. We can put it on the plate. I'm not going to do the box meal yet because it is plastic and I need the chicken to cool down. So I'm going to put 100 grams of chicken on the plate. We're at 57. Sometimes your eyes tell you I need more than that. If you weigh it out, you know that that's the correct amount that you should be having. And the reason why I add the fat and a little bit of pickled salad stuff is because that bumps up the calories. Right, so we've already gone over. Right, we're now at 99. I'm happy with that. So that's going to be my meal for tonight. And then when the potatoes are ready in a couple of minutes, 120 gram potatoes, I will take a picture, check out the picture of my weighed out meal. That's what I'll be having.